Hi, this is Mike at horsefriendly.com. I'm going to make a little video here on how to replace the poppers in the end of your lead ropes and strings. The first thing to know is, if possible, don't take the old one out. If it's broken off down here somewhere, if it's still there, leave it in there until you're ready to replace it. Pulling it out will leave a little hole there, which is what you want to put the new one in. If it's already gone, well, then you'll just have to make a new hole there in the end of the rope. And it also helps if the rope is real clean. If you can wash it, it'll make it easier, especially if it's an older rope that's pretty dirty. So try and make it clean. The tools you can use are things like a Phillips screwdriver. If it's pretty well worn, you don't want a nice sharp one, because it can cut when you're trying to put the new hole in through here. If the tool is too sharp, it can cut the fibers. So an older, dull screwdriver, or especially a Phillips, is a good tool to use. If you have something like a knitting needle, that's even better, because they're so smooth, and you'll be able to put a new hole in there to make a place to put the leather through. This isn't a knitting needle, this is a special fid, so this end of it doesn't have the little button on it like a knitting needle has. If you can waste a knitting needle, that'd be great. Just cut it off and get rid of all the burrs. And especially if you're going to do a lot of these, this would be the best tool to have, probably. Another tool you can use if you're really going to do a lot of them is a Swedish fid. And this is the very best. This is the easiest way to do it. But it isn't worth going out and buying one of these at a marine store, just if you're only doing a few of these. So let's pull this old one out here and pretend like there's no hole in it already. I'm just going to close it up like we're starting from scratch. All right. So let's start with the Phillips screwdriver. Just right in the middle, work it gently through, work it around, try to stay as close to the center as you can, and then it comes out the other side. And one other tool I didn't mention was the needle nose pliers. If you have some, this is going to make it a lot easier. This is the hardest part of the whole job. Getting the leather through here. And if you have your own way of doing it, that's fine. You don't have to do it this way. But I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. So once I've got a hole here in the end of the rope, I'll just carefully withdraw that tool and put the needle nose pliers through the hole, like that. Then I can simply take the leather. I can open these up a little bit. Take the leather, grab it with the needle nose pliers, and pull it through. Oops, like that. Here, a pair of regular pliers would be helpful to pull through. And of course, you have to turn it. You want the rough side of the popper turned up toward the end of the rope, like that. Pull that through. Probably getting my hands in the way here. It's hard to see, I'm sure. Pull that through. You can pull it back and forth. Make sure you've got that flattened out. And you'll want to make it just about half and half. So I have a little farther to go here on this. Pull this one. Doesn't have to be exact. There, that's pretty close right there. Now, take something like a razor blade, safety razor, or a box cutter. I use a box cutter. And I'll make a slit in the leather right in the center. Right, even almost with the very end of the rope. And I don't go all the way through it first. I make sure I've got my line in the middle, just about an inch long. And then when you know you've got it in the middle, go ahead and make it all the way through. Okay. Now you can open this up. Simply put the other side through it, like that. Straighten it out so that it's fairly even like that. And you're going to make the second slot, or slit, or cut in this piece. Right near this V. Same thing, about an inch long, right in the middle. Don't cut all the way through on the first pass. Make sure you're in the middle first. Okay, now you're going to open this part up. And you can also do this with something like a Phillips screwdriver or needle nose pliers if you like. Open it up a little bit. Put this one through here, like so. Turn it so that it's straight and flat. Pull it, straighten it out, work it around. And you're done. And that's all there is to it. The hardest part, like I said, is getting the leather through the hole first, especially on an older rope. That's going to be the hard part. And, use your imagination on that, I guess. First, for strings, you do the exact same thing. And it's the same thing with, this is the hard part, getting the leather through the end of the rope, especially if it's an old one. But there's nothing to this. You want to make sure that when you put the cuts in these, that they're right in the middle. If they're off to one side, it'll really weaken it, and it'll probably break again pretty soon. So there you go, the 1/4 inch and the 1/2 inch. If you have any problems, email me. Maybe I can help talk you through it. Thank you very much for watching.